to read your story, Roman Life in Britain. Big Gate Level 12, Roman Life in Britain. Okay, let's read it. Okay. Who were the Celts? The time before the Romans invaded Britain is known as the Iron Age. The people who lived in Britain at the time were called the Celts. The Celts were divided into lots of different tribes, each with a different king or queen. Sometimes these tribes would argue and fight. The Celts lived in small villages. Their houses were made of wattle and daub, branches and mud. And sometimes farmyard animals lived inside with them. It made counting sheep at bed much easier. Who were the Romans? Romans originally came from the city of Rome in Italy. By the time they invaded Britain in 43 CE, they ruled a large empire made up of millions of people. The Romans were led by an emperor and they had a powerful army. Did you know that the first ruler of Rome was called Romulus, and legend it he was raised by a wolf? The emperor used the army to conquer new lands. Once a new land had been conquered, the people living there had to pay money to Rome. This is how Rome became rich and powerful. The pink area shows the size of Roman Empire just before the invasions of Britain. The pink ones. And why did the Romans invade Britain? By 43 CE, Rome had a new emperor called Claudius. Other emperors had tried to conquer Britain before, but had failed. Claudius decided to prove he was a strong leader by being the first emperor to conquer Britain. Claudius believed that Britain was a rich country with lots of gold and silver mines. He wanted some of that wealth for the empire. Did you know Claudius' full name was Tiberius Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus? What a tongue twister. The invasion. Claudius invaded Britain in 43 CE. He brought 40,000 troops with him. He even had a war elephant. War elephants. Wow. The Roman army was very good at fighting. They were well trained and had the best weapons available. Because the Celts came from different tribes, they disagreed about what to do when the Roman invasion started. Some wanted to fight. And the Roman army was very good at fighting. They were well trained and had the best weapons available.
The invasion.
Ooh. Sorry. Yeah, okay. The Roman army was very good at fighting. They were well trained and had the best weapon available. Because the Celts came from different tribes, they disagreed about what to do when the Roman invasion started. Some wanted to fight, others wanted to surrender. So some wanted to fight, others wanted to surrender. Celts who didn't surrender thought they would be safe in their hill forts. But burnt many hill forts to the ground. 4 months after he arrived, Claudius claimed Britain as a part of empire. Did you know Roman soldiers marched up to 30 kilometers per day, carrying everything they need with them? Oh. The resistance. Some of the select leaders didn't like to being ruled from Rome. Okay, sorry. What's this? Where is it? Sorry. Oh, here they are. The resistance. Some of the select leaders didn't like being ruled from the Rome. They didn't want to have their lands taken or to pay money to Rome. Of course they will. Of course they would. They fought back. One leader. Oh, this name is so difficult. Caractacus led sneaky attacks against the Romans. And Romans, another Rhodeca, used an army of thousands to attack Roman towns. Both were stopped by the powerful Roman army. Even though Emperor Claudius claimed victory in 43 CE, it took over 30 years. It took over 30 years for some parts of the Britain to come under Roman rule. Even then, parts of Scotland were never conquered. Did you know no one knows that where Boudica is buried? Some say it's Platon 10 at King's Cross Station. Others that it's under a burger bar in what's this? Birmingham. I don't know what it is. Okay, and what about the next? Okay, and let's see. Roman towns. Oh, I like these kind of pictures. It's a long story, but okay, let's see. Because I'm so hot. There's no fan in here because I put there. Roman towns. Celts lived in small villages in the countryside. Romans liked to live in towns. After the invasion, they built towns all over Britain. Roman towns were always built in the same way, with streets laid out of a grid. At the center of the town was a marketplace known as the Forum. Okay, the town hall or basilica was next to the marketplace. Many Roman towns were surrounded by a wall to keep them safe. Most towns had baths where you could wash, and the bigger towns had an amphitheater where people could watch sports. Did you know every town with a name ending on Chester was once a Roman town? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay, Roman rammers. Romans built their town out of bricks and stone. This meant they lasted They lasted well, and you can still see some Roman ruins today. One of the best preserved Roman ruins is the current wars under the Romans. Current was known as Venta Silurum, and it became the biggest town in Wales. Historians think that up to 30,000 people lived there. Current had an amphitheater, that the people watch sports, a public bath, and was over 5 meters high, which modern visitors can still see. Roman homes. In Roman Britain, the type of house you lived in depended on how rich or important you were. Rich Romans lived in large townhouses made of bricks and stone. They had many rooms. Large houses might have a small temple and their own bathroom, and they were often decorated with colorful mosaics. Only 5,979 pieces to go. And the poor Romans lived in smaller houses made of stone, wood, and mud. Shopkeepers and their families often lived in rooms above their shop. Did you know the Romans even had central heating? It was called a Hycoscus system, and it was specially built so that hot air from a furnace could flow under the floors, heating them up. Transport. When does it end? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just 5 left. Okay. Transport. With so many towns popping up all over Britain, the Romans built roads to connect them. Before the Romans arrived, the Celts used muddy tracks to get from place to place. This wasn't a fast way to get around. The Romans built long roads so that they could get from place to place quickly. And fast roads meant that goods could be transported, messages could be sent, and the army could march to wherever they were needed. Romans were used to about 2.5 meters wide and made of stones. They were also known for being very straight. Food. Before the Romans arrived, the Celts mainly ate bread, stew, and porridge. But the Romans brought all sorts of new foods with them, which they began to grow in Britain, as well as foods. The Romans introduced new ways of eating too. The main meal of the day was cena, and it happened late in the afternoon. Romans would wash before their meal, every meal, and lie on couches, eating with their fingers. It was like a TV dinner without the TV. Fashion. 1, 2, 3. Okay, because I'm so hot. Sorry. Fashion. Roman Britons liked to be trendy. What you wore depended on how rich and important you are. Slaves and ordinary people wore simple tunics fastened with a belt. However, powerful and important Romans liked to wear fine fabrics and expensive jewelry. Roman men, and sometimes women, wore a garment called a toga, which was difficult to put on and very heavy. If you are really important, you are allowed to put a purple band on your toga. Did you know? Roman women sometimes dyed their hair with a mixture of gold, fat, and batched with ashes. Why did they live? About 400 years after they arrived, the Romans left Britain. Other parts of the empire were being attacked and soldiers were needed to go when they found them. The Roman Empire was getting weaker and other empires were getting stronger. By 410 CE, Emperor Honorius announced that the people of Britain had to look after themselves. The Romans had gone. Without Roman soldiers, Britain was left open to attack. Soon, Angles, Saxons, and the Jutites began to invade from northern Europe. We call these invaders the Anglo-Saxons. The last one. What did the Romans leave behind? Even though the Romans had gone, they left a lot of being that we still use to this day. Some of our roads are built on top of ancient Roman roads, and some towns in Britain still have parts of their original Roman words. Many common English words like entrance, exit, long, famous come from Latin language spoken by the Romans. Even the planets in our solar system were named after Roman gods like Mercury, Venus, and Neptune. Oh, really? Okay, bye!